What's happening, sports fans? Once again, Trent the Great up in the building. You know what I'm saying? Or better yet, the car. So, man, we're going to talk about my team, the lowly Houston Rockets. And the turmoil going over there, man, in the Bayou City. Damn. First off, what they saying is Chris Paul and James Harden really got issues with each other. Now, this was reported right after the playoffs, where they got knocked out the playoffs by the Warriors. But yeah, everybody, they ain't happening. They down talked it. It was just it was just news. It was just fake news. What's his name? Austin Rivers came on First Take and said he ain't heard nothing about that. It wasn't true. I'm like, where the hell is it coming from then? You know what I'm saying? Now I understand, they want to try to put the fire out, but with that GM Daryl Morey coming out saying everybody's up for trade, that's just gonna reignite it, So, especially with them keep losing to the Warriors. I think they lost to them 4 out of 5 years. That's a hard pill to swallow, man. You keep beating by these two little light skinned ass. You know what I mean? That's and then just losing in general to the same team. Oh, when you knew you should have beat them last year. You knew if Chris Paul didn't go down last year, the Houston Rockets more than likely, at least I think most of the sports world would think that that they would have been the world champions last year. They'd have been hosting that trophy. They would have been drinking champagne. And maybe Khloe Kardashian would have came back and rocked with your boy the Bill. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just saying. Yeah, but Daryl Morey say, like I said, everybody's up for trade. But, really the main person I think they're looking at is getting rid of Chris Paul, because they signed a bad contract with him. I think, what is it? He's $38.5 million next year, $41.4 the year after that, and $44.2 in 3 years, all fully guaranteed. And all that was really because of the previous owner, Les Alexander. The new owner, Fertitta, I think it's Fertitta, he had to honor the contract, because one thing that sources say, and once again, my sources is TV, nigga, is the sources say that if a owner doesn't honor the contract of a previous owner, where the current owner doesn't honor what the previous owner lays out, then he can never be trusted. He can't, you really can't lure free agents to your team or to your city anymore. So that was something he had, Fertitta had to do. You know what I'm saying? Bad contract. I knew it. Everybody knew it. I was like, they're going to sign Chris Paul. Chris Paul on the wrong side of 30. He almost 35. And he broke down. And he got injuries. He's a quintessential point guard, but still nonetheless. He on the wrong side of 30 with all them elements. Anyway, on the D'Antoni, the contract talks with him, they stalled. They stalled last month. They're trying to get him back up right now. But Fertitta said he hadn't heard from D'Antoni or his agent since they tried to revise the contract that they shot at him at first. From what they said, the contract had in it at first that they shot at him for the contract extension was that D'Antoni would be offered $2 million with incentives. No. He would be offered $5 million. And $5 million with $1 million bonus in every round that he wins. Now, but incentive based, it's basically an incentive based contract. And D'Antoni quickly shot that down. He's like, nah, I ain't going for that. What if we get knocked out the first round? That's really Fertitta's way of saying, okay, well, he don't win, we can get him out of here. You know what I'm saying? So, but they stuck between a rock and a hard spot, because it's like damn if you do with them. D'Antoni's got this fast-paced, up-tempo, you know, shooting so many seconds. I think like 9 seconds or 10 seconds or less type of offense. And it's such a, you know, just ISO type of ball offense with James Harden running the show. And that's right up his alley, you know, with his style of play. But you know, and it's made wins. It's got them wins in the past few years. But the only problem is when you come across a team like Golden State, you try to get deep into the playoffs, and you had to play these teams so many times, and they start figuring you out and all that. Then you know, it's stagnant. You know, you're not moving. You know what I'm saying? You just double team and triple team your superstar, while everybody else is sitting over there they get the ball, but they cold. You know, it's 2 or 3 seconds on the clock. I mean, damn, you know. But anyway, back to some of the issues, man. Chris Paul said he had issues with no ball movement. There was no ball movement. He wanted less ISO, and from James Harden, you know. But you know, and that's what one report said. But the other report said it wasn't just Chris Paul; it was other players. So it had to be other players, you know. I mean, guys, you know what I'm saying? Guys just sitting around there watching James Harden do his thing all day, which is fine, you know. But some of these guys got contracts coming up too. They want to get the ball. They want to try to win. It's like, goddamn, you know, you the only one can shoot. You the only one can dribble. You know, I mean, but hey, it's what you sign up for when you play for D'Antoni and when you play for the Rockets at this current time. Now, one of the funniest things I heard was Chris Paul it tries to coach James Harden on the court. James Harden said, "You can't even beat your man. Get out the way, nigga." You know what I'm saying? Let me do my thing. You sit down over there, boy. You know, eat your snow cone or something. You know, so but it's like, I love Chris Paul, but it's like, damn, you know, everywhere you go is an issue. Now, and another report saying that, hey, he was telling D'Antoni, and when James Harden on the bench, keep him down for a while. You know, I'm gonna run this show. You know, like, really? Like, everywhere you go, it's a problem. It was a problem in New Orleans. You wanted out of there. You went to the Clippers. You had a problem with Austin Rivers and his daddy, Doc Rivers. You had a problem with them. You know, come to Houston. Now it's a problem. You know, I heard the old saying that says, if you go somewhere and you meet a jerk once in that day, they probably just a jerk. But if you go everywhere that day and you meet a jerk, God damn it, you know what? Your ass might be that jerk. You know? So, you know, and knowing Chris Paul, I mean, from what I read about him, because I don't know him, but from what you see and what you read about him, he might fall into the latter category. But yeah, man, that's a whole lot going on over there in Houston. Oh, and I'm just so rooting for my Rockets, man. God damn it, because it take me back. I want to see him win, you know, like Clyde did, like Dream and Otis Thorpe and Mario Elliott, Matt Bullard, man. You know what I'm saying? I go back with you, man. 94, 95, you know. Oh man, that was a good time. And see, Chris Paul's never won one, and I'm a fan of Chris Paul. I'm on his case, but I'm a fan of his, and I like to see him win one. He deserves one. The Houston Rockets organization, they deserve one. Fertitta is an owner who looks like he will spend anything. You want some, you want some drinks, and you want some extra drinks. You want a free dinner. You want some more computers. You want some better workout machines. Yeah, you want some strippers. We got you. You know what I'm saying? But he seemed like, he just seemed like that kind of guy, man. Whatever it takes to win, I will buy. And that's my type of dude. I wish I could shoot. Hey, man, look here, you know. Y'all let me. I need a Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, we're going to see how this shake out. You know, we're going to see how this play out. So, man, I'm going to stay tuned. I'm going to keep y'all informed. And once again, we're going to jump off the boat and see if we hit water. Trent the Great, I'm out.